From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Lisa Laporte. The family that operates Universal Ostrich Farm in Edgewood, BC, is pushing back against the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, which is poised to cull around 400 birds there due to avian flu. The agency said Friday the avian flu infection present at the farm is a mutation not seen anywhere else in Canada. However, the daughter of the farm's owners says the ordered cull is based on misinformation. Katie Pisitny says it's now not only about saving lives, but bettering human and animal health.
On a global scale, we deserve the right to be heard. So this is not about farmers losing their right to treat and test their animals. It should be a right. It shouldn't be a crime. And we continue to stand up with all of you around the world to see that we have a better outcome going forward.
Pisitny says the CFIA, which has fined the farm $20,000, is exaggerating the human health risks, noting it's not based in sound science. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers organized rallies in more than a dozen cities across the country Saturday as a labor dispute that triggered a month-long strike late last year continues. Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe says the number of wildfire evacuees in that province could climb as ongoing hot and dry weather fans the flames near some communities. At least 25 people were killed and scores more were injured Sunday as a crowd made its way to receive food in the Gaza Strip. Witnesses say Israeli forces fired on the crowds about a kilometer away from an aid site run by an Israeli-backed foundation. Reporter Ian Pennell says while Hamas is seeking amendments to the latest U.S. ceasefire proposal for Gaza, Israel's bombardment continues.
On the ground, Israel pounding Gaza once again. It's launched almost daily attacks since it broke the last ceasefire in mid-March. Netanyahu's government insisting it's targeting terrorist infrastructure. The death and desperation for food there only growing. And for now, there's no end in sight to the suffering.
An absurdist dramedy is set in an alternate reality Winnipeg, and a TV movie about a demon-slaying gunslinger dominated the Canadian Screen Awards.
Universal Language led the film categories with 5 wins at a gala dedicated to the cinematic arts. The outing is one of several weekend ceremonies honoring the best in Canadian film, television, and digital media. Among awards, the French and Farsi language film nabbed were Best Casting and Art Direction. At a separate bash for scripted television, Tubi's cult supernatural series, Winona Earp Vengeance, led the pack with 6 awards. Don Mitchell, The Canadian Press.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Oakland Athletics 8-7 Saturday in front of a home crowd at Rogers Centre. George Springer hit 2 homers for the Jays, who lost outfielder Dalton Varsho to a hamstring injury in the 3rd inning. Springer says Varsho's impressive skill set will be missed if he's out of the lineup for long.
The stuff he can do in the outfield, he gives guys on the mound a lot of confidence, to know that there's a guy out there like him who can go get pretty much anything if it stays in the ballpark. Again, to lose him will be tough. It'll be hard.
Toronto has now won 6 straight home games. In Major League Soccer action, Charlotte beat Toronto 2-0, while New England blanked Montreal 3-0. And the Indiana Pacers have punched their ticket to the NBA Final against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They did so Saturday with a 125-108 win over the visiting New York Knicks to win the Eastern Conference Final. From the Canadian Press, I'm Lisa Laporte.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.